Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why reputations are totally useless. Got an email here from a viewer. He says, "Hey Coach, my problem is I have become notorious at my college for being a pig. It's a small college with approximately 12,000 students. 58% are female and 21% are girls in a sorority. So that's about 7,000 girls, freshman to senior, and about 1,500 sorority chicks. Those are pretty fucking good odds, dude. The odds sound like they're in your favor." He says, "Now I ask girls out and most of them make excuses about being busy or maybe some other time, or sometimes if it's on Facebook/texting. I won't even get a response." He says, "I approach it with a mindset that it's a game of numbers, so I would approach almost all my female friends in a typically harmless manner." He said he'd say things like, "Hey, would you like to go out on a date with me?" Or if she's friendly, I just give her my number and be like, "Hey, my number is blah, 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 shoot me a text." He says, "I've only gotten 2 texts from about 7 such approaches." He says, "I'm getting frustrated. I want to revert to the nice guy shit just so I don't get the reputation of being a pig and hitting on girls left and right and asking them out everywhere with about a 10% success rate." Well, that's not a bad success rate, dude, and you're not going to get 100%. And I know there's plenty of people out there on the internet that claim that if you read their book or you subscribe to their email list or you buy into their special recipe that you're going to get 100% of the women. Now, that's just completely sales pitch, and that's not accurate. The other thing that I would make a comment on here is it sounds like you came across my work and now you're asking girls out on every single girl that you've ever met or ever known that you like through Facebook. Now, the thing you got to keep in mind is that's a weak way to do it because these girls already know you, and if you just found out about my work, more than likely what's going on is they already know what you're like. They know you the way you were before you came across my work, and so for you to go and start calling or texting or messaging people on Facebook that you kind of know or you barely know, that's just a weak way of going about it. And I find it really hard to believe that out of 7,000 girls there, every single girl knows about your reputation. I think it's some nonsense. The thing that you worry about is your reputation. This is among people who already know you. And at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? If you're in college, 10 years from now, you're not even going to talk to 99.9% of these people, or much less even know them or even keep in contact. So it doesn't really fucking matter. So what you really need to do is you need to go out and you need to start interacting with women that you don't know instead of being worried about your own little peer group. I mean, go outside your comfort zone. Go to the mall. Go places where you normally don't go and hang out. But I can understand if you're just trying to date in your circle of people that you already know, then yeah, you could get a reputation as that creepy guy on Facebook who's asking out all the girls that he knows, that he's known for 2 or 3 years, and he's just now worked up the balls to ask them out. It's a bad way to go, dude. He says, "I would get about 40% flaky answers and about 50% straight out no's." He says, "I've only had 3 encounters so far, a coffee, a dinner, and a one-night stand. So out of 10%, you got laid. That's still pretty fucking good odds. I don't know what you're whining about." He says, "Over the past month," he says, "it is frustrating. I know I'm good-looking, smart, intelligent, and well-dressed, and I'm guessing I'm coming across as weak. When all I'm trying to do is come across as sincere in my communication. Go interact with women that you don't know." He says, "So I got 2 questions." He says, "How do I get my reputation back, or at least maintain a reputation?" It's irrelevant. Who fucking cares? At the end of the day, a reputation is other people's opinion of you. And like my mother used to say this to me, I probably heard her say it 10,000 times when I was a kid growing up. She said, "You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time. And at the end of the day, 500 years from now, nobody's going to give a fuck about your reputation or my reputation, what your credit report was like, the girl that rejected you, or the girl that you look like a fool in front of. It's not going to fucking matter, dude. You need to let it go because it's completely unimportant. You cannot live your life according to other people's expectations. If you do, I promise you, you will make yourself absolutely fucking miserable. He says, my first semester was much easier to get laid because I didn't have a notorious reputation back then. Now every girl who has mutual friends with me thinks I'm a player and a pig. Like I said, step outside of your comfort zone. Meet some new people. Go meet some people that don't know you, that don't know anything about you. He says, what is the best approach in college? Word gets around quickly, especially amongst sororities, and it becomes harder and harder to approach different girls from the same sorority because I've kind of been blacklisted. He says, I did write to you about this problem before, and you told me to not give a shit, so I did, and I kept doing the things you said, thinking it's just practice, but I get either I'm doing it wrong, or I come across as a douchebag, or a cold dick, or a sex-obsessed creeper, maybe. Well, yeah, if you're messaging all these girls that know you on Facebook, they're going to say, yeah, you know that dude on Facebook that sent me a friend request? I met him for like 30 seconds. He keeps sending me texts and telling me nice things and keep telling me he's going to take me to dinner and take me away from all my problems, or whatever the hell you've been saying to these girls. That's part of your problem, is I can tell you're not really willing to risk putting yourself out there. So you're doing what's easy. You're talking to people on Facebook. So go interact with people that you don't know. If you go to the same sororities, go to different sororities. A sorority is a small group of women, and so yeah, once you sleep with a couple of them, they're going to get to know you and get to know all about you. And plus, if you've been doing fucking up or you're not very good in bed, sorority sisters, they're going to talk about it. And so yeah, that can obviously affect you, and someone can cock block you. But my experience has always been in life is that when women think you're really popular with other women, more women tend to find you attractive. So it can't be a bad thing. So like I said, the things that I see that you need to work on is that you need to actually approach women who you don't know instead of interacting in this small group of people. It's easy, I know, but it's not going to help you grow and become the man that you're capable of becoming if you keep staying in this little close-knit circle of people that you know. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen, send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several weeks to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website and click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.